See here, earlier we have done two results. Now we will solve T alpha minus beta is equal to T alpha minus T beta for alpha beta in U, and T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus An alpha n is equal to A1 T alpha 1 plus A2 T alpha 2 plus 1 plus An T alpha n, where all alphas belongs to U and A1, A2, A1, so on n belongs to F. See, third, T alpha minus beta is equal to T alpha plus minus beta, it can be written as, and it is equal to T alpha plus T minus beta. Why? Because T is linear. It is equal to T alpha plus minus T beta by property 2, and this can be written as T alpha minus T beta. So it is proved. Now come to your fourth result. We shall prove this by using mathematical induction, techniques of mathematical induction. Suppose T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus An minus 1 alpha n minus 1 is equal to A1 T alpha 1 plus A2 T alpha 2 plus 1 plus n minus 1 T alpha n minus 1. Using this, we will prove that we will include one more vector here, An alpha n, and prove that uh, to the right hand side of equal to one more vector An T alpha n is added. See, then T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus An alpha n is equal to T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus n minus 1 alpha n minus 1 plus An alpha n. Keep this n minus 1 vectors in a bracket. So this is equal to T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus n minus 1 alpha n minus 1 plus n T alpha n, and it is equal to A1 T alpha 1 plus A2 T alpha 2 plus 1 plus n minus 1 T alpha n minus 1 by the earlier property plus An T alpha n. So it is equal to A1 T alpha 1 plus A2 T alpha 2 plus 1 plus N T alpha n. So it is proved. Therefore, the result is proved by mathematical induction, and we have proved that it is true for n is equal to 1 also. Now come to another topic, range and null space of a linear transformation. Range and null space of a linear transformation. See, definite range. What is a range? Definition. Let UF and VF be two vector spaces over the field F, and this T is a linear transformation from U into V. Then the range of T, we write it as capital RT. It is a set of all vectors beta such that beta is equal to T alpha for some alpha in U. See here, range of T is equal to the set containing all vectors T alpha in V such that alpha belongs to U. All these T alpha will be in U because this T is a mapping from U into V. This is the definition of range T. See here, theorem. Suppose UF and VF, there are two vector spaces, and this T is a linear transformation from U into V. Then the range of T is a subspace of V. See here, earlier we have defined the range T. Now it is saying that the range T is a subspace of V. It is clear that range T is a subset of V from this definition. And now in this theorem, we need to prove that it is a subspace. Means it will prove all the properties of a subspace. See, obviously, RT is a non-empty subset of V. No doubt, RT will be non-empty. Let beta 1, beta 2 belongs to RT. Then we have two vectors alpha 1, alpha 2 in use such that T alpha 1 is equal to beta 1, T alpha 2 is equal to beta 2 from the definition of range T. Suppose AB be any two elements of the field F, then A beta 1 plus B beta 2 is equal to A into T alpha 1 plus B into T alpha 2. So this is equal to T A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2. Why? Because this T is a linear transformation. Now it is given that U is a vector space. Therefore, alpha 1 alpha 2 belongs to U and AB belongs to F. It will imply that A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 belongs to U. No doubt it is true. Therefore, T alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 is equal to A beta 1 plus B beta 2. It belongs to RT. Therefore, AB belongs to F and beta 1 beta 2 belongs to RT. It implies that A beta 1 plus B beta 2 belongs to RT. Therefore, this RT is a subspace of V. You have earlier shown that for AB in F and alpha beta in V or in W, If A alpha plus B beta is also belongs to V, then W is a subspace. So using that result, this is proved that RT is a vector subspace of V. Now come to null space of a linear transformation. Suppose U and V, there are two vector spaces over the same field F, and this T is a linear transformation from U into V. Then the null space of T it will be written as NT. It is a set of all vectors alpha such that T alpha is equal to 0. Means the linear transformation T is sending alpha to 0 vector in V. Then all those vectors alpha of U which are sent to 0 vector by the transformation T constitute our null space. Therefore, null space NT is equal to all alpha in U such that T alpha is equal to 0 vector in V. If we regard the linear transformation T as a linear tree from U into V as a vector space homomorphism of U into V, then the null space will be called as kernel of T. See here, there is another theorem. If U and V are two vector spaces and this T is a linear transformation from U into V, then the kernel of T or the null space of T is a subspace of U. Earlier, we have proved that for a linear transformation T from U into V, range T is a subspace of V. Now we will show that kernel of T or the null space T is a subspace of U. See its proof. Let NT is equal to all alpha in U such that T alpha is equal to 0 vector of V as per the definition. Since T 0 vector will be 0 vector belonging to V, therefore at least 0 is in NT, so NT is non-empty. Let alpha 1 alpha 2 belongs to NT, then T alpha 1 will be 0 vector and T alpha 2 will also be 0 vector from the definition of NT. Suppose two elements AB belongs to F, then A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 belongs to U, and T A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 will be A T alpha 1 plus B T alpha 2, because T is a linear transformation. It is equal to A into 0 vector plus B into 0 vector. So it is 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 vector in V. So we have shown that A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 belongs to NT. Therefore, AB belongs to F and alpha 1 alpha 2 belongs to NT implies A alpha 1 plus B alpha 2 belongs to NT. Therefore, this NT is a subspace of U. This is also proved using the same result earlier. Now you will have rank and nullity of a linear transformation. Means see here, we will see its definition. See here theorem. Let T be a linear transformation from a vector space U into a vector space V. Most of the time we will have T linear transformation from U into V on over the same field F. If this U is finite dimensional, it means U is our finite dimensional. So domain is finite dimensional, then the range of T means RT is a finite dimensional subspace of V. RT is a finite dimension and RT is a subspace of V. We have proved earlier. Now we will prove that RT is a finite dimensional. See here proof. Since our U is finite dimensional, therefore there exists a finite subset of U, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n, which spans U. It is clear that U is finite dimensional, so we will have this set, this finite set. Let beta belongs to range of T. Then there exists alpha in U such that T alpha is equal to beta. No doubt from the definition of function. Now alpha belongs to U implies there exists A1 into so on An in F. Therefore, alpha will be written as A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus An alpha n. Because this alpha belongs to U and alpha 1 alpha 2 so on alpha n spans U. Therefore, this alpha can be written as linear combination of alpha 1 alpha 2 so on alpha n. Apply T here. So T alpha will be T A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus 1 plus N alpha n. It means this T alpha is your beta. Beta is equal to A1 T alpha 1 plus A2 T alpha 2 plus 1 An T alpha n. See here, all T alpha 1, T alpha 2 and so on T alpha n, they are in the range of T, RT. They belongs to RT. And beta is written as a linear combination of the elements of RT. If beta is any vector in the range of T, then from 1 we see that beta can be expressed as a linear combination of T alpha 1, T alpha 2 to T alpha n. Thus, we see that range of T is spanned by these vectors T alpha 1, T alpha 2 and so on T alpha n. And this is how many vectors? There are total n vectors. So this range of T is finite dimensional. It is countable and it is finite dimensional. Now, Now see that there is a theorem regarding the rank and nullity, but before that we will have the definition. See, suppose we have a linear transformation T from U into V with U as finite dimension. It is given that U is finite dimension. Then the rank of T we will denote it by rho T. What will be it? It will be the dimension of RT. It means rho T, any rank T is equal to dimension RT. And the nullity of T, it will be denoted by nu T, and it is the dimension of the null space of T. It means nu T is equal to dimension NT. So keep remember that rank T is the dimension of RT, means range T, and nu T is the dimension of NT, means dimension of null space of T. So after that, we will come to our theorem 2. But for now today, we will stop this one. And if you have any query or any difficulty, you call me here or give your question in the chat box.